Good morning and welcome to something about being out. I'm going to talk about my last session fishing on the big river, the big local river to where I live. On the last video, I did mention where I was going, but I don't really like people to know where I go fishing because barbel are widespread in lots of different rivers, and there's some rivers better than the ones that I'm fishing. But I've come on to talk about pollution in rivers, and it seems to me that pollution is getting worse. In my experience, when I've been going fishing, all what I say is true to what I see, and I've seen quite a lot of sewerage in the particular river that I fish. So that tells me that sewage isn't being treated before it enters our rivers. The smells can be musty. The river looks like porridge, it boils up. Goodness knows what is in the river, and then sometimes you walk past and it smells like your beauty parlour. It's a shame. How fish actually survive in them conditions, I do not know. But they move away from the sewerage, so luckily there is places where the sewerage does accumulate on the rivers, but straight away the fish will move away from there. I certainly would if I was a fish. So yeah, I think that is affecting the fishing. I think definitely it does affect the fishing. The last time that I went fishing, I fished a little bit further upstream away from where this main amount of sewerage that I see is. It seems to accumulate on a big bend and then up towards another bend, the sewerage. So, and that seems to be sort of a favoured spot for the barbel. But when the sewerage comes down there and there's predation as well, which is like cormorants, they say there is otters around, but personally I've not seen them in the daytime. I know otters travel and they are nocturnal, so they'll come and go and the otters move around. So when I was fishing, this the most recent time I've been fishing, I fished two spots. I fished a spot that I know barbel have been caught as recently as last week. A couple have been caught in that area on the flood of the river, but the river was just in flood but fining down, and I think the conditions that were fishing in weren't that favourable for that particular stretch of river. So I moved from that particular stretch of river a mile upstream to a spot that people catch. I saw fish there, but I never actually caught anything. I fished the first spot for a couple of hours, and then I fished the second spot for a little bit longer because I've been told that this particular part of river was pretty prolific for chub and barbel, mainly barbel. But like everything, when you rivers flood, snags move, things change really quickly on a river. I fished there all day, spoke to someone that had had a big bream the week previous, but then the river would have been more up from the recent rain that we had, so he probably picked the better conditions. I wasn't well, so I wasn't fishing, and I thought the conditions would be fairly unsafe because it was pretty rough, so it had been wet underfoot. So yeah, I didn't fish for a month. So I fished a couple of times after catching my PB barbel, and I've been struggling, and people are saying the same. So I don't think I've hit the weather conditions right, but I also don't think the pollution and sewage going in the river is helping the situation. But I tried, fished hard on both occasions, saw fish. I tried fishing static, rolling baits, feeding bait, not feeding bait, using different bait between boilies, luncheon meat and sweet corn, just trying to get a bite off anything, not necessarily a barbel, mainly a chub. I was using meat, chub would eat meat, boilies, 2 rods on boilies, leaving it, fishing on a lead system in areas on a shelf. Yeah, just the odd bang on the tip, but nothing. So again, it was another day session and I blanked. So at the moment, I'm not fishing at the minute because I think the river fish is better when it has a flush through there. I know that's not every river and not every river, and it's only an opinion, and it's not always just, you know, if the fish are in there, that's the thing, but the river is so big and they've got loads of different places to move, and you're limited to where you can fish sometimes because of different clubs and access and everything like that. So the place that I've actually been fishing, I'm waiting for a good flush through and then I'll be out again. So I'm taking this time at the moment just to talk about my fishing. So that's pretty much it for this video, just an update on my current fishing, and now I can go out fishing whenever I want. At the moment, I'm interested in catching barbel. Sometimes I do fish too much, and I think anyone can fish too much. So I'm having a little bit of a break, and then I've just looked at the weather forecast, and later in the week we're gonna get more rain, so I was thinking of going barbel fishing on Thursday. I'm an all-round angler, so I can fish on the canal, club waters, rejoin. One place I can fish whenever I want, but that's mainly for carp. Fish the canal on the pole for roach and bream. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment, having a little break from fishing. I tend to just fish once a week now. Also, I've fished matches at a fishery in Cheshire, Partridge Lakes. That's done now. It's not a place that I choose to frequent. It's a personal choice, and that's all I'm going to say on that. So that's just a little bit of an update on my fishing. I'm currently writing my book and I'm getting there with it. So if I'm not videoing and fishing, I'm writing my book at present. So I'll get things sorted and then look at getting that book published. It's going to be called The Invisible Angler, and it's going to be an in-depth book mainly on angling, where I've been over the years, what I've done, my tackle shop days, and serious fishing is going to be wrote about in the book. All natural and true. Yeah, that's the thing with the book. It's all true, natural, and yeah, just like a story of the Invisible Angler. So it's from Dave at Something About Being Out. Enjoy your Monday, whatever you're up to. Take good care and see you on the next live. And I'll leave you with a big thumbs up. That's where I am with my fishing. Bye for now. Take good care.